Hello, friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jess, and I'm so glad that you're joining me today because we are going to be doing a mental health check-in for May. So for my new viewers, welcome, and my returning viewers, welcome back. You can find me here on YouTube, but also on Instagram and TikTok as Knit Plan Jess. Check the links down below in my description box. I always try to keep them there. So if you are new to my channel and you are not familiar with mental health check-in, I will share more about that as I set up my planner. But I will set up a playlist as well, so definitely check that out. But yeah, if you guys want to chat with me, learn more about my journey and where I'm at today, then grab your stuff, grab your drink. I've got lemon water today, and let's jump into it. Okay. So it may have taken me 4 tries to get to the point that I'm at with this video. My brain is literally all over the place. I haven't had coffee yet because I forgot to start the coffee maker last night. And so I've got lemon water, and then I forgot to start it this morning. So I had to stop the video and go start my dishwasher. But basically, this is my Franken planner. On a whim, I decided that I wanted to revamp how I had my setup. So I put it into this zip folio. This is from the spring release of Happy Planner. I just have like some stickers in the front pocket. And I also decided that in my Franken planner, I'm not only going to have my daily, which I've got May and June while we finish out the end of May, but I'm also going to be having my mental health planner. So I've got the guided journal, the one from Love is Love that just recently released from Pigeon Letters. This is going to be used for June, but I'm not going to start using this until the week of June 5th because there's like 5 weeks in May and this technically only covers 4 weeks. Or there's 5 weeks in June, but this technically only covers 4 weeks. And then I have May in my mental health planner, which is a checklist layout. And I've basically finished out the month of May for the most part. Um, I technically have May, June from the 29th to the 4th in May because I thought it was supposed to go in May and really technically it's supposed to go in June. So June is only going to encompass through the 25th, I think, because the July planner actually starts with the 26th through 1st or the 2nd, something like that. Yeah, it's a whole big thing. I talked about it more on a previous video, and my brain can't function enough to talk about it again. So just know that it's all wonky. Um, my June literally only has 3 months or 3 weeks. Wait, 1, 2. Yeah, it only has 3 weeks, but technically it should have 4. This is what I get for redating a planner. Anyway, so let's talk about how this started. So I have always kept journals, wellness journals. I've always done journaling in a notebook or in my Happy Planner, and it's worked for me. But I've noticed that 2023 has had a noticeable decline in my mental health. So I decided that I wanted to start seeking therapy. I wanted to really get serious about it. And then that also kind of kept with me wanting to be more intentional about having a planner for my appointments, just kind of track like my day-to-day thoughts. So that's kind of how this planner started. And this is the monthly modern. It's an 18 month from 2023 to 2024. So it technically starts in July of 2023 through December 2024, but I decided to redate April, May, and June to use them for 2023. So it's a checklist layout. So doc grid on the top, checklist in the middle, and then just your blank box on the bottom. And basically I use it to track appointments. Checklist column is basically like my things that I do during the day that bring me joy. So these are like my little positivity reminders. And then the top and bottom tend to be for both reflection, but bottom I do put the appointments in. So it comes in, that can take up room. Some weeks are better than others. I mean, obviously you see this week is pretty damn full. This week I clearly fell off the wagon. This week is pretty full with the exception of one day, and I don't know what happened with that day, to be perfectly honest with you. But now we've got it set up for May 29th through the 4th. I've already set up my June. I don't know what this is for. I have to go through my appointments. I have to figure out what that's for. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and set this up. So take the pages off the disc. That's where we start. So last week I used the new squat goals. This week I'm going to be using primarily all the feels, but I do have a few other books as a just in case, depending on how much I want to flip through. So I have both of the LOL quotes. I have Sassy Plans, and I have the new mood and, or no, this is not new, but it's the mood and mindfulness tracker. This one is, the colors are definitely not the same as this one, so I don't know how much I can really use this one. I feel like these two are going to be a little bit easier to kind of match the colors, but they're still not exact, so we'll see. But I was really trying to kind of decide if I wanted to do something different. So number one, I'm trying to kind of have like a quote or kind of something like motivational on the side. So we're going to do that. And then there was one week, and I know it wasn't last week, but I think it was like either the week before or the week before that. I had a sticker that I was using for gratitude. So we're going to do that. And I'm actually going to cover up the note section, and I'm going to leave this if I want to do any type of like journaling in it. So there's no appointments on the 29th, mainly because it's a holiday, and they're closed. They're closed. But I do have appointments on the 30th. And Tuesday is actually my first day for starting with a psychiatrist. So I guess so I'm in California. I'm through Kaiser, and I don't think like Kaiser they have these, I guess, wellness coaches. I don't know if wellness coaches is truly like the thing, or like what their actual name is, but they're essentially a wellness coach, and they, I'm just gonna put that right there. They basically work with therapists, and the therapist decides if somebody wants to or somebody needs to talk to a psychiatrist if they feel like that person needs medication, I guess. So that's kind of my next step, is now I'm going to start talking to a therapist to kind of determine if we go the route of medicine, of getting me on daily medication, this is what it's going to look like. And then also I'm going to be, I think, primarily working with the psychiatrist, because I'm also requesting an ADHD assessment. Like, one of my things has always been that I tend to go down a rabbit hole when it comes to learning something, and I've recently learned that that's also an ADHD trait. So I'm like, maybe I've learned a lot of things about ADHD, and honestly, it's kind of something that's just like really clicked in my brain, that it's like, okay, maybe that's like what my quirks are related to, and maybe these really aren't truly quirks, but maybe I have ADHD. So anyways, that's kind of where I'm going with that. um So yeah, I'm just gonna just kind of decorate this as I talk. Um, but yeah, so that's all on Tuesday, and I ended up taking that day off. Um, I'm kind of looking like at these stickers, and I really like this one that says reminder, take a break from social media. Now the thing with this planner is I want to have decoration, but I don't necessarily need like a lot of functional stickers, but I think I tend to like to do my social media breaks on a Monday or on the weekend. So that's what we are going to do with that. Although I'm going to have this actually down at the bottom because never mind. um, but yeah, so I've also been doing this depression class, and a lot of it is stuff that I hear Vinny meowing in the background. But yeah, so part of what I've been doing is also a depression class, which is just kind of, like doing a really deep learning about depression and such, which a lot of it is stuff that it's like that I already have kind of been like acting on. Um, so it's stuff that's not necessarily new to me, but then there has been stuff that it's just been kind of like, oh, it's good to keep in mind. Okay, so one thing I decided was I noticed that there are these stickers. Um, I'm going to use the very last line as my reminder to hydrate. Now, the problem is that I probably won't see this until late at night, and then I'll be like, crap, I did not drink any water today because I do actually forget to drink water sometimes. Like I will think to myself, "Oh, I'm thirsty. I need to drink water," and then I kind of get sidetracked by other things. So, um, hopefully, hopefully, I can continually see that and be like, oh, maybe even like tomorrow, I need to remember to hydrate. Um, but yeah, so we're gonna do that. I want to put in the reading, but I also don't want to put in the reading because I don't want to waste those stickers. So I'm not going to. But I might use them like during the week. That kind of may be something. Um, I also want to use these high anxiety, but again, I think that this is something that I may end up using during the week. A lot of these stickers are kind of things that I need to see how my days are, because kind of depending on how my day is depends on how I journal. Um, I wish that these colors were the same colors as those. I think that one's going to have to be a no. But yeah, I also need to I also need to call my school district and get a copy of like all my report cards, because I what I've kind of learned is that um ADHD diagnosis as an adult is not as easy as what it is for kids. And that's kind of where it sucks, because it's like, like it's kind of clicking for me where it's like, oh, it's like this is kind of stuff that I've been dealing with my entire life, but I didn't realize it. And so now it's like, yeah, now it's like, well, what do we do? I know that they mentioned it was like a 2-hour assessment interview. Um, and one thing I'm really a little bit worried about is one thing I've learned is masking is like where I guess like people who have a mental illness, they put on a mask to make people think that there's nothing wrong. And that is definitely 100% something that I do. But I've noticed also lately that it's even becoming like harder for me to mask, mainly because of the fact that I haven't been using THC or CBD to help me sleep at night. So my sleep is not definitely not what it it has been like this past 2 weeks has been a lot of insomnia. And I feel like also with not using THC and CBD, it's also like not only is it impacting my sleep at night, and I don't like any of these stickers. I don't like any of them. But yeah, so like not using it at nighttime is not only impacting my sleep, but I feel like it's also impacting me during the day. Or just not using the THC is and CBD is like hugely impacting me during the day, where I find myself kind of getting a lot more overwhelmed, and I honestly feel just like a mess 99% of the time. The 1% of the time that I don't feel like a mess is usually because I'm like listening to music or something. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of put in like this right here, because I think what I want to do is I want to have some days where I'm being very mindful about like writing down my feelings. So I'm gonna do that. Um, and that will be for that. Um, I want to definitely leave like a lot of room to journal, but I want to use really one of these. And I also like I'm kind of struggling with what to do. I'm super, super struggling, you guys. And I just, yeah. I think at this point, I'm just going to kind of put down some stickers where I think it may be fun. But yeah, so my mind is literally like a running mess 99% of the time. And I want to make sense of it. Like I want to understand. I've always been a person where it's like, I want to I want to understand XYZ. I want to understand the why. Like, and I think lately that has been, why is my brain so freaking weird? That's kind of, yeah. So there we go. That's basically my life right now. I think after this, I think we're gonna say this is how we're gonna leave it. Um, but at least there you go. You guys got an update, as transparent as I feel comfortable being. And by having this kind of ready for today, yeah, I feel like I need something over here. See, I'm telling you, I can't make decisions very well anymore because I go back and forth. Um, I remember seeing some little flags. At least I thought I saw them in this book. Or was it in a different book? Here, these. This is what I wanted. I am going to use one of these right here. And then that will hopefully kind of like trigger my brain to be like, oh yeah, take that space for writing something down. But we will see. Anyways, yeah, I hope, let me know what you think. Let me know. I'm always open to hearing your thoughts. If you've been on a similar journey, I would love to kind of know how it's worked for you. So definitely share. Yeah, so thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have ever considered keeping a mental health planner, I am really enjoying the checklist layout, so I highly recommend it. Like I mentioned, this is the Modern Months from Happy Planner, the 18-month planner that starts in July, and we are getting closer to July as well, so this may be a good option for you. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and enjoy the next video.